Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy X coming at y'all with a brand new video. In this video, we're talking about the best defensive settings, or the updated best defensive settings that I personally use in NBA 2K20, and kind of just what's going on, giving you guys a little bit of insight into what I'm doing. Now, I went 12-0 last month, obviously, just trying to give you guys a little bit of, where I learned how to do these settings, and this is kind of what I've used to win those games, and what I'm going to be using when I'm moving up, trying to go 12-0. Tonight I'm going to be doing a Call of Duty, a new stream with the new battle royale mode and all that sort of stuff. So check out the channel later tonight. Just come through for a little bit, even if you're not interested in the COD. Just come through, say what's up. I think it'd be kind of cool. But basically, I'm going to go into just one of these quick weekly challenge games just to kind of show you guys what I do with my defensive settings and kind of how I plan out for it. Now, there's a quick, easy beginner version to this, and there's a version if you really care about this and want to, really work your ass off and really kill some of these people. And it's just a little bit of extra settings that you have to do. It's not too much work, but you run the risk of going out your timer if you take too long. So it's a little iffy. But what I would do is I would practice it a lot in the offline modes if you're worried about that, and then come through. So obviously go into game plan, and what I personally do, this is the easy mode for these settings, is I put on and off ball pressure both to tight. And originally I was forcing the direction to baseline, but what I realized is if I had it forced direction baseline, there was a lot of people that when they were in the corner, it was seeming like my players kind of just let them go baseline. When they were at the baseline, they kind of just let them go to the rim instead of, trying to stop them, trying to stay in front of them. So I think going middle might be the better way to play, especially if you're going against people that don't have shooting centers. I think middle would be the way to go, because then you can, sag off a little bit on that. Your center can sag off a little bit on their center and go down to the paint, and you'll be okay going middle. And then obviously sometimes automatic is just the best way. If this guy's really good at 2K, automatic kind of lets the AI decide, but you might have to tell a little bit. Now, with the on and off ball pressure, the reason that I do tight and I don't do things such as smother or deny ball is when I've done that, I've realized that they play a little too high, and that's something that I don't really like. When I've had these on ball pressure things on smothered, it's almost as if the player plays too high. This is in offline modes a little bit. The player plays too high, and then it's a really easy just backdoor, boom, boom, boom. They get by every time, and it's a little annoying, so I prefer to set these on tight. But you can experiment with smothered, and if you like it, you can keep it. But I've had it a few times on smother and deny ball. With the deny ball is sometimes they play too high when they deny ball, and then a backdoor cut happens all the time. So for off ball pressure, I almost always would recommend tight. I would not do deny ball, just because if somebody backdoor cuts, one of the AI backdoor cuts, it's going to probably benefit the other person. Now, this is the advanced part of this, because I really don't go too crazy on any of this other stuff. Sometimes I go over screens to stop anybody that's doing it crazy threes. I like to stay attached. That's kind of part of it. I like to stay attached, and sometimes I'll do a 3/4 top all for the post. I just think it might help a little bit, with certain defensive settings, those other things that I throw on. Now, the advanced part of this is if you have time, you can actually go ahead and change the on and off ball pressure based off of how well this person can shoot. Now, for example, Alonzo Ball can kind of shoot in the game, and Drew Holiday can kind of shoot in the game, so we're still going to keep these on the normal settings. Brandon Ingram, still have to play tight on him. But Zion has a C- for this guy. So something like a moderate might be a little bit better. You can keep your space, but if you still put your right stick up, you can still contest well. Jarek Favors can't shoot threes, so something like a moderate, or even leave him for off-ball pressure, would be really good. Now, the differences in these are the spacing that they give. So if you watch the off-ball pressure, you see the little right circle and X that's next to the negatives. If we're on deny ball, he's very close. If we're on tight, he's very close. If he's on moderate, he gives some space. If it's on leave him, gives him a lot of space. If it's on gap, even more space. And then automatic, it chooses. Now, Obviously, you can see the negatives for giving a gap or a leave him if it gives too much space to good shooters, but it's great for people who aren't good shooters. That's exactly why we're using it for Derek Favors. He's not a good shooter, so we're not going to give him any space. Somebody like JJ Redick, I would do a deny ball because he's a three-point specialist and he can't really drive too well. So if he backdoor cuts, I am not too scared about it. And the advanced part is that you can go and do this for every single person on their team, and that's why you may run a little bit of a, I guess, chance of missing the full timer with this, obviously because you're taking a lot of time to do these timers. Now the other thing that I would do if you have time, or even in the beginning, is go through matchups and pick who you want to guard each person. So obviously these guys aren't very tall, so for me it doesn't really matter, and I really just don't think it's too big of a deal with who guard is who. But obviously if you want, for example, let's say somebody's running that PG Giannis, and Karolinko is definitely somebody that would guard Giannis better, throw Karolinko on here, and then we can put Karolinko here, and then we can switch it and we can run Rose against Zion Williamson, or we can switch Roy on Jrue Holiday because Rose can guard Jrue Holiday well, and then Roy can guard Zion because of the same height. That's the kind of things that you could look at and try to change with your settings. And that's just something I would say, check every single time. Try to make sure you know kind of who they're guarding, and you can change make sure the matchup is set for every single person, and even go through here and we can start picking our backup point guards and stuff like that if we wanted to. So just be aware of that, and that's something that I think I personally do a lot, is I want to make sure that everybody's guarded by somebody that they should be guarded by, and it kind of helps it out. And then plus with the defensive settings that I was showing you guys real quick, I think it really can help you out in a lot of these games. And obviously you can use different settings or the old settings that I had in offline, and it still works. Everything is going to work just fine in your favor if you use just some general settings. And really in offline modes, I just do the simple version and don't do anything too crazy other than when I'm going against Magic Johnson. That's just my personal thing that I do. So let me know what you guys think of these defensive settings down in the comment section below. Anything else that you guys maybe do, but this is what I personally do, and I find it pretty easy to just run a 12-0 real quick and leave. So that's personally what I do. I also almost never lose the offline games either. So let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Like the video, guys, did enjoy, and subscribe if you guys are new. We're trying to hit 5K by the end of the month, so if you could please hit that sub button if you knew, it would mean a lot to me. Or if you're part of the 81% that has watched my videos consistently but isn't subscribed, that would also mean a lot if you could do that. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see y'all in the next video.
And I got this soul.